Well, hello there, YouTube family. I'm Patty Jackson. I am your auntie of pop culture. It's curls, it's scoop, it's big hair. We got hugs, so come on in. Let me just fix this a little bit. The death of O.J. Simpson. What were those final days like for him? You think of O.J. Simpson, he went from being this football great, TV analyst, to who murdered his wife, and all fingers pointed at him. One of the most famous trials in the history of the United States. Boy, was he a great player with the Buffalo Bills. He had a great commercial career. He was the juice. He was running through airports for Hearst. He was a TV analyst. He was loved. He was loved. He was loved. He was loved. Until his wife was killed and all fingers pointed at him. There have been reports of abuse, that the wife had been abused for years. She saved stuff. To this day, no one knows who murdered her or Ron Goldman. There was the Bronco chase. It was reality TV, y'all, before reality TV. He had everybody watching. It was like was it a Friday? Everybody was tuned in for that Bronco chase. He says, I did not kill my wife or Ron Goldman. There was the trial. Boy, was that trial something else. That trial, it was a circus. It was reality TV. It was like, you got that Judge Ito, you had Kato and Caitlin, you had all these characters. Then you had Marcia Clark, Chris Darden. They having an affair. Y'all got to work on this case. O.J. Simpson had the dream team. Robert Kardashian, Johnny Cochran, who was brilliant. Boy, they did not like Johnny Cochran. He came in there with them suits and he was sharp. You don't play in his face. How did he get off? Because the prosecution was busy doing other things and getting caught up in the celebrity instead of trying to make it that O.J. Simpson was the murderer. Johnny Cochran, that glove, can you remember the glove? If it don't fit, you must quit. It was a bloody glove at the scene. We know if anything gets wet, it's going to shrink. So O.J. went to put it on, that damn thing ain't fit. The divisiveness when O.J. was found innocent. It made people mad. One woman acted like the world was coming to an end. And it was like, it brought a great racial divide. And I remember that day. I was on the air. It was like 1 something in the afternoon. O.J. Simpson not guilty. It was like, and for people who are like, I don't know why black people were so happy. And it wasn't all black people, but because he beat the system. Because he beat the system that they set up and he beat it. And he had a damn good attorney in Johnny Cochran. O.J. at times was called a sellout. He wasn't coming in the hood. He wasn't coming to the neighborhoods. He was the Jews. That moment in history, it was divisive. You could rarely or barely have conversations about that trial. And there was some great TV shows. FX did a one where Cuba Gooding Jr. played O.J. Simpson. ESPN did this docuseries. It was just incredible how they broke it down and how it shook a nation until this day. We still don't know who murdered Nicole Brown Simpson and Ron Goldman. Any future money, it's not going to go to those kids because the Ron Goldman family is going to fight that no money be made on O.J. Simpson. O.J. was in hospice. He died surrounded by his children, grandchildren. They're asking for privacy and grace. When you think about the most famous trial in U.S. history, and there was O.J. Simpson. One minute, everybody loved him. The other minute, everybody was like backpedaling. And there were many questions because a lot of people benefited from O.J. Simpson. That's when reality TV started, y'all. People were riveted. It was like you couldn't believe what you're watching. And he got off. Now, eventually, O.J. did go to jail. 2007. There was an armed robbery in Vegas, which was crazy. It was like, O.J., what are you doing? There's an armed robbery in Las Vegas, and he went to jail for a few years. But I had been hearing the stories of him in prostate cancer for the past few years. He never returned to the grace of when he was so beloved. But he was a heck of a football player with the Buffalo Bills. Prime example of his life and the fame and everyone loves me. And then everyone turned against him. Do you think we'll ever know the truth? It got so muddied. It got muddied. But Johnny Cochran, who I interviewed like years ago, I've interviewed OJ too. He was trying to be charming. It was like, OJ, stop. Johnny Cochran, he was sharp dressed, and they couldn't stand him. You weren't going to stump him. He did his homework and he did his thing. Come to find out, he had another family, but that's another thing. We're just going to talk about Johnny. Johnny Cochran was a brilliant attorney. Brilliant. He came. He said, y'all want to play? He came. To get that news this morning, it was surprising. It was like, he did. Wait, the TV stations called me. I was, doing a lot of recording and stuff. Woo! You got to leave your thoughts. Another death. Popular New York City DJ, Mr. C. Worked at Hot 97 for years. I know he was on the block in his most recent time of his career. I do believe he worked for BLS. He started their careers of Big Daddy Kane, Biggie Smalls, and he has worked with everyone from Jay-Z to 50 Cent. He was extremely popular. He was 56 or 57 years old. Still don't know what happened. He had been in trouble in the past for picking up trans women, but he was good at what he did. And he was a New York staple. Rest in peace, Mr. C. We found out more information. We'll pass it on. It's a birthday for Babyface. Today is his birthday, and he has announced a Las Vegas residency. Yes, finally. He got hits. Wait, Babyface's shows are so good. He does his hits, the hits that he wrote for the people, the hits with the deal. Happy birthday, Babyface. Ice Spice, the rapper is now getting into acting. I remember when she first came out. And I said, that Icebox girl. Here go my son. It's Ice Spice, Mom. It's Ice Spice. She's going to be a part of the cast of High and Low. This is the new Spike Lee movie that he's filming with Denzel Washington for Apple TV. So filming just started on it. This fall, or probably around the holiday season, we're going to see Denzel in Gladiator 2 with Pedro Pascal. Denzel has signed on. He was in the first Gladiator that came out a few years ago. John Amos, the dad on Good Times, the adult Kunta Kinte and Roots, an incredible career. He has been the subject. Is he being abused? The LAPD says he is not. And John Amos said he's not the victim of elder abuse. And the real truth about his daughter, who brought these charges, he's going to talk about in a documentary. He's got a son and a daughter, and there's a whole lot of family mess. John Amos is like 86, going through this. But he says he's putting out a film to talk about the truth about his daughter. Essence magazine, for the first time in their history, they did the Sexiest Man of the Moment. He had Damson Idris from Snowfall. Then they picked Russell Wilson, quarterback, Pittsburgh Steelers, Sierra's husband. The third Sexiest Man of the Moment is none other than Usher, baby. Usher Raymond. And the covers and everything are really, really fabulous. But kudos to Essence for rolling this out. The weekend edition is up early, so make sure you check out the weekend edition. I have a young man, David A. Gaines, who puts it together. Make sure you click that notify button, that notification. You'll know when I'm on. Leave a comment. I need your comments today. Give us a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, because you never know. You never know. And you never want to miss anything. That's the key thing. It's not cute not knowing. Thanks for joining me. I'm Patty Jackson. I'm your auntie of pop culture.